My girlfriend dumped me twice, the second time for another guy. Now she regrets it, but I won't take her back. You know, love is a strange thing. It can make you feel on top of the world, but when it shatters, the fall is painful. My story is one that many might relate to, and I'm sharing it today so that no one else has to go through the same mistake I did. Back in 2022, I met Sarah. She was charming, full of energy, and had this infectious laugh that made everything feel light and easy. We worked at the same company, and after a few months of subtle flirting and hanging out after office hours, we started dating. It felt like a dream, and I thought she was the one. I imagined a future with her, a life where we would grow together, build a home, and maybe even start a family someday. But just as things were getting serious, she suddenly broke up with me, over something so trivial that even today, I struggle to understand why. She made a scene about how I wasn't paying enough attention to her, how I was not romantic enough, and that she needed someone who could prioritize her feelings. The worst part? She humiliated me in front of our coworkers. I was crushed. The office became unbearable, filled with whispers and stolen glances, so eventually, I quit. I spent months in misery, wondering what I did wrong, until one day, out of nowhere, Sarah reached out. She apologized, said she had made a mistake, and that she missed me. Against my better judgment, I took her back. I convinced myself that people change, that maybe she had learned from her mistakes. And for a while, it felt like she did. Fast forward to early 2023, we were back together, and I was serious about our future. I secretly started saving money to buy a house and an engagement ring. But then, she started acting weird. She was constantly on her phone, talking about a new guy at work, and then suddenly she stopped mentioning him at all. Something felt off. And then one day, she hit me with the classic, "I think we need a break." I knew what was happening. A friend of mine, Emily, later confirmed my suspicions. Sarah's colleagues had been encouraging her to leave me for this new guy, saying that I was too distant and not giving her what she needed. Just 2 weeks after we took a break, she was officially with him. I was devastated. I had given her everything, forgiven her once, and she had thrown it all away again, this time for someone else. That was my wake-up call. I decided that enough was enough. I packed my bags and moved to a new city, determined to start over. I used the money I had saved for our future to invest in myself. I got a better job, took care of my health, and focused on becoming the best version of myself. Months later, I returned home for the holidays and ran into Sarah at a mutual friend's party. She barely spoke to me, but her eyes told me everything I needed to know. She wasn't happy. It turned out her new relationship didn't even last a few months. She had left me for something temporary, and now she had nothing. Not long after, she started reaching out again. She texted, called, and even coincidentally, ran into me at places she knew I would be. I didn't engage. One time, she even tried to get a ride with me back to the city I lived in, but I refused. I knew better now. Her persistence started frustrating our mutual friends. Some of them even started making vague posts about stalkers, clearly hinting at Sarah. Eventually, she sent me a message through a friend, saying she understood why I wouldn't talk to her, but she still thought we needed a conversation. Never replied. I had spent too long grieving someone who didn't deserve me. I wasn't going to waste another second of my life looking back. Now, I focus on myself, my happiness, and the people who genuinely care about me. Sarah made her choices. Twice. And both times, she chose to leave. To anyone listening out there, if someone walks away from you, let them. If they come back, remember why they left in the first place. Some mistakes don't deserve second chances. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means everything, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Let me know.